Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys the weekly soul connection reading. And so this is going to be for today's date, which is Monday, May 11th, going all the way until Sunday, May 17th. So soul connections can be twin flame soulmates, however you see this person. But I do tend to channel for those that are in some sort of a separation or challenge. So please just take what resonates with you. As far as all the decks that I'm using here today, they're all mine except for one of them. This is for my beautiful soul sister, Queen of Light 1111. So if you guys are interested in her deck, I will put the information down below. All of my decks for US customers will be available in my Etsy store, but if you're international, please email me and I'll send you a special link. Today's Orgonite is going to be from Wing and Bell, my friend Michelle who created this, which is the Archangel Shamuel Love Magnet or Orgonite. I almost said Oracle. Orgonite. So everything will be listed down below. I did feel like using my planetary spread today, and so this is just going to be really going through all the different planets and where your person is at. I did feel like maybe I wanted to go into your energy as well, which some of you guys might be bummed out that I'm not going to do that, but I'm just not feeling guided to do that today. I'm really focused on where your person's at because I feel like there might be a lot of confusion right now as to what's going on. It's kind of like you already know what's going on for yourself, so why check in with that energy? That's just kind of my school of thought today. So maybe next week we'll go into a little bit of a longer reading. I also want to let you guys know that I've had to, take away my personal readings at this particular time. This doesn't mean that I'm never going to do personal readings again, but it just means that I've got to get caught up with certain things before I can just, continuously have this constant schedule that's just building and building and building, because what's happening is I'm going to be at a 2-month wait and it's just too long for anybody. So I may reappear with readings available kind of like at the beginning of a week. There are other readers that do that out there, so I might be jumping on that little train and doing something similar. So I'll of course make an announcement, but let's get into it. So let's take a look and see what is your person's thoughts. So we're going to go into Mercury's energy. This is about thoughts. This is about communication, mental energy. So for whatever reason, my Alexa has stopped working. Alexa, play Native American flute. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. What is your person's energy when it comes to Mercury? About you specifically at this particular time this week. Where are they at in their thoughts? So this is my twin flame journey messages number 2. So let's get into it. What is your person's thoughts? I don't know if I'm cut out for this. So your person currently is not sure. They might be in a very much like a pessimistic kind of frame of mind where they're not sure if they're cut out for this connection. They're not sure if they're cut out for this kind of situation, for this type of love, whatever's going on here. They're not sure if they're cut out for this. They might have promised you the world, that you guys may have had plans to do certain things together, and they may have dropped the ball because they don't feel like they're cut out for this situation. So let's see what else. You are irreplaceable. So this is the thing. Even though they question whether or not they're going to be able to actually do this, whether that means to repair what has happened here, if there's been some sort of damage or destruction, whether there has been some sort of just miscommunication, whatever this is, you are irreplaceable. So that doesn't mean that if they're not cut out for this, that you're not special. That doesn't mean that you weren't worth it. Those are your own feelings when it comes to how we decide to take personally. Like when we take other people's actions or inactions personally, it causes us to feel insecure. Somehow we're not good enough. I wasn't worth the fight. That's not the case. I really don't know at a time in my life, because I always try to kind of see things from other people's perspectives with things that I have gone through before. My inactions, to do certain things have nothing to do with another person. It has everything to do with me. I may have wanted to make communication or do things differently moving forward to change a situation, to correct a situation that went awry in my life. But my own insecurities and my own fears is what holds me back from doing it, not because I don't want to. So that's what I'm getting for your person here. I'm getting for your person that you are irreplaceable, you are special, and just because they're not cut out for this, it really isn't about you, so don't take it personally is what I'm getting here. Last message. I care too much about what other people think right now. Alexa, volume down. Sorry, guys, that was just a little too loud. I care too much about what other people think. So your person feels perhaps that they are just either, it's not like they're not feeling like they're not good enough for you. I'm not really getting that vibe. I'm getting more of a vibe that their family or their friends might envision a different life for them. They might see them with someone else. It could be a cultural thing, a race thing. It could be, a religious thing. It could be a status thing. Whatever this is, families have family and friends have a way of kind of influencing us to kind of adopt whatever their take on reality is, what looks good, etc. Lots of people look to the media, stars and famous people and all this other stuff on the latest fashions and how to dress. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but what do we think looks good, right? Because let me tell you something, half the shit that I see on the runway, I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? I would never be caught dead in that. But hey, you slap a designer label on it and suddenly it's the coolest freaking thing since Swiss cheese, right? So it's just, I beg to differ. I'm not going to carry a bag just because it's, some sort of name brand. If it looks like crap, I'm not carrying the damn thing. And I'm not going to pay $2,000 for it either. So this is the deal. I don't even know why I went into all that, because I feel perhaps that maybe there's this vibe here that maybe somebody really cares about what they look like. They really care about how their image is. That's very important to them. And so because of this does influence the way that they feel towards making something work with you and this connection. So you could even be someone who is involved with them, who is unavailable. And then maybe they're unavailable due to another situation that they're in. Maybe some of them are unavailable due to being in another relationship. And so they, of course, care about what their family and their friends are going to think. They could even care about how their person, their mate, or maybe their children, if there are children there, what they're going to think if they decide to exit that situation. So there's definitely this major focus on other people right now and what other people are going to think. And they're not sure that they can handle it. They're not sure if they can do what it's going to take in order to push this connection through or to come back and make this work or whatever has happened here. But at the end of the day, you are irreplaceable, which tells me that either whoever they're with or if they're even alone, you are special. You are one of a kind, and they will always take that with them no matter what happens here. So that is their train of thought right now. So I hope that resonates for some of you guys. So we're going to go ahead and go into a few more messages with my volume 1. So Twin Flame Journey messages number 1. And let's just go ahead and add another layer to this. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. What is this about? I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. Look at that. This really tells me, you guys, that somebody is in some sort of way not sure if they can do something. They're not sure whether or not they can push forward and fight for this connection. They're not sure if whether or not they can do what it takes to get out of another situation, if that's the case. They don't know if they have the strength and the courage to face you after everything that has happened. So they're sorry that they can't do right by you. This doesn't mean they never will, but at this time, your person is struggling with these thoughts and feeling like it's very overwhelming for them to either try to do the right thing or to come towards you. That's what we're seeing here. But again, it's not personal. It's not because you're not worth it. It's because they have too many hangups on their end to be able to do what they want to do. So you are irreplaceable. See, look at that. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. If this person left you or you guys parted ways and they went in another direction, this doesn't necessarily mean that they had to go into the direction of another person, even though I'm getting that for the majority of you. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. If they went towards, let's just say, fame and fortune, it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. If they decided to take the influence of their friends and their family and go after some sort of, career or something that they felt that was what success and happiness looked like when they got there or on their way there right now, it's not all it was cracked up to be. You're actually very special. And so I do feel like there's some regret that your person has that they either gave this up or screwed this connection up. Because wherever they went, It wasn't all it was cracked up to be. And now I care too much about what other people think. I'm getting here for your person, if this resonates for you, that they really care a lot about what other people think. It really is a struggle for them in this life, because they might have a certain image that they're trying to uphold. They might have a certain image of what success and happiness and what all of that looks like. And so they're having a difficult time kind of trying to get out of that mold, to break out of that mold. See, I'm more affected by other people than you know. So they're actually quite more affected than you realize. This has a lot more to do with other people than it has to do with you. It has more to do with other people and them than it is about you. You know, it doesn't mean that you are perfect. It could be that you have created something to make them take a huge step back. Maybe there was some behavior that you displayed that caused them to take a step back from you. So it's not about putting all the blame on them and their family and their friends. But I do feel like the majority of this energy is more about how they are influenced by other people and how that really affects them, and that this isn't about you, and they're not sure if they can fight through that. They're not sure if they can get to that other side of things. So all they do know is that wherever they went, whatever they experienced, it wasn't all that, and you are irreplaceable. So almost like being with somebody else just further clarified for them just how freaking amazing you actually are. So sometimes you got to let somebody go to figure that out for themselves. Sometimes you need something to compare, you know, apples to apples. And when you do that, you realize what you really had, which was a gem. And that's what I'm seeing for this person. They see you as irreplaceable. They can't duplicate this connection with anyone else. So that might have been a part of their lesson, to have to go out to figure that out, okay? But they still struggle with all of these other things right now. So that is where your person is at in Mercury's energy. So their thoughts and their communication. Let's take a look and see where they're at in Venus. Venus is going to be about romance, love, and their emotions. So we're going to go into my arrows of love oracle for this and see what kind of arrows of Venus's energy that they are sending towards you, or that they're feeling towards you at this time. All right, what is your person's Venus towards you? We have early stages honeymoon. We have love lyrics. And we have blessing in disguise. Interesting. Okay, what I'm getting here is that your person is actually thinking about the early times, the early stages of your connection, the honeymoon period, okay? You guys may have never been able to actually get out of the early stages. As quickly as it began, that's as quickly as it ended. So it was a very intense, very short-lived connection. But nonetheless, it was significant because they see you as someone who's irreplaceable now. Love lyrics means that there's a lot of songs that they're listening to, a lot of music that's moving them when it comes to your connection. So they're feeling a lot. They might even be hearing a lot of songs that remind them of the times when you guys came together and met. So however long ago that was, they could be hearing certain songs or even lyrics that take them back to that time to make them reflect on the early stages of your connection. We also get blessing in disguise. What I'm getting here is that they are looking at the situation and realizing that it wouldn't have worked. And the reason that it wouldn't have worked is because either A, they weren't ready, or maybe B, you weren't ready. So maybe it was just a timing thing. But they're reflecting on this right now. And they are looking at things as in, you know what, it is a blessing in disguise. As much as I may have made a mistake, as much as I may have gone down this road that didn't turn out to be my happiness, I'm grateful for the experience and I'm grateful for the lesson. So I do feel like your person is learning something, or they have learned some sort of lesson. They may also see you now as a blessing. They may have not been able to see your worth and your value before, but now they're starting to see something about you that's very different and very unique. They see you as a blessing, and it's like it's in disguise because it wasn't obvious to them perhaps right away. But as time has progressed, they're starting to see your value. They're starting to see this beautiful blessing that you actually are in their lives. So whether you've ever seen them again or spoken to them again, I'm getting the energy It's kind of like they're buzzing with your energy right now. That's literally that bee's energy. They're buzzing like a honeybee in spring. This energy, this current energy right now, their heart is singing, and they feel very blessed to have been touched by someone such as yourself, just to even know you. So even if they never know that if you're going to speak to them or see them again, they just feel blessed by your presence in their life. And that's amazing. Okay. That's really, really amazing. But at the same time, this person, despite all of this beautiful energy towards you, they still have insecurities when it comes to other people and what other people want and what other people think is best for them. That really affects this person. So they're not sure if they're cut out to basically come back and open up their heart space and be authentic. That's what I see. So now let's take a look and get the energies of Earth. These are going to be the environmental influences. So this is going to be a reflection of other people and influences of other people in their life and how it's affecting your connection. So we did already see that. This right here is my connections for the modern world. We have regret. Ooh, we have victimized. Oh my, we have no means. No, I feel like your person has had to go through some sort of karmic lesson, okay? I'm also getting it hasn't been the greatest either. It's almost like somebody needed to do either something to them that was similar to how they treated you, or that they had to go through another situation and where maybe the person that they were dealing with dealt with them in a way that maybe you couldn't or didn't. But this has created a lot of regret. So I do feel like that your person has experienced a lot of regret. They might feel victimized. They might feel alone. They might feel like maybe no one wants them. They're all dried up, has been. They might be very angry. But no means no, meaning like they're trying to place some sort of boundaries when it comes to other people and they feel taken advantage of. They feel like they've made a lot of mistakes. That grass wasn't greener on the other side. They have a lot of regrets right now. So it's very gloomy actually for your person, but at the end of the day, this still is a factor for them, a factor of other people. Yes, I have a lot of regret that I couldn't do right by you. I'm not sure if I'm cut out to come back and make these wrongs right and apologize. You are irreplaceable, and it took me to go off and to figure that out. But I do care about too much about what other people think about me still, and I'm still affected by this. So they want you to know that. So as much as they may be regretful about your connection, as much as they may still feel, this connection with you, they are swimming in a sea of regret and they are feeling a little victimized. But I'm also getting, though, that they're starting to realize the people that they've victimized and they have a lot of regrets. No means no, kind of getting this energy as well that they've been rejected. They've been rejected. So they might have gotten to a point in their lives where maybe they're a little bit older, maybe they don't have as much, I don't know, maybe the looks are going down the department. These are just examples that I'm getting here. And so their normal old self, which could be that cocky type of person that they were when they knew you, now they're trying to move through life and they're finding that certain things just actually aren't really coming together for them like they used to in the past. And so this is actually creating a lot of inner reflection for them. It's causing them to really go within and go, what is it about me that needs to change? So there has been something here. And we do get, of course, the blessing in disguise. And so it's pushing your person to think back to the time that they felt good when they were with you. That's like their current vibration right now. And I'm almost getting to that they're reflecting on how they victimized you, if there has been that story here. And they have a lot of regret. And now it might be that you've put your hands up to them and you're just like, no more, as in you've placed that boundary with them. And they almost in a way see it that it's a blessing because they can only bring you pain. And so they're almost like, I'm getting this for your person, which is going to resonate for some and not for others, that the fact that you've said no to them, the fact that you've drawn the line, the fact that you've put that boundary down with them that no one else maybe can or has actually really affected them big time in this 3D existence. So there's something about you that's their biggest blessing, but it's a blessing in disguise. And so they might have a very difficult time, you know, seeing that no, like saying no is actually their greatest lesson in this life. And you're a part of that. That's literally what I'm seeing here. So take it as it resonates with you, because there's all kinds of different storylines going on there, but it's for just a bunch of different people. But they're feeling regret and they're feeling victimized. But I also get that they are thinking about how they victimized you and other people, and that things aren't going as well as they used to. And so it's really it's a huge wake up call for them. That's what I get. Huge wake up call. So now we're going to go into Mars energy: passion, anger, action, and opposition. So we're going to go into my Twin Flame Journey Oracle. Yeah, we have reinvention. I really like this because this is telling me here that any kind of anger or any kind of frustration that they feel, what they're doing is they're utilizing this energy to reinvent themselves. Because I did just get that. Rather than your person sitting in their shit and feeling like a victim, I do feel like they are reflecting on how they may have affected you and other people. And so they're really sitting in that karma. They're really sitting in that energy of, you know what, lesson learned. Now moving forward, I want to try to be a better person. I literally am getting that for them. Yeah, we have deception because of their deceptive ways. The things that they have hid from, their deception, the things that they have done to other people have finally caught up to this person. That's what I see here. They no longer want to be this deceptive person. I'm actually getting that they realize that they don't want to be that anymore. It's created a lot of conflict for them. They don't want to be deceptive anymore. And we see they've had an awakening. They've had some sort of a spiritual awakening here where they realize they want to come out of hiding. They want to reinvent themselves and be more authentic. They want to open up their heart space. They no longer want to be afraid, things like that. So they have had some sort of a huge wake-up call that may have not been the most pleasant. And because of this, they're willing to reinvent themselves very passionately, very aggressively in some sort of way. Like they might be just really just going through like a bulldozer and just like, I'm all in right now. And they're really passionate about change. They're really passionate about perhaps spirituality. They're really passionate about, you know, just reinventing themselves and doing everything differently right now and just completely tearing down the old and resurrecting in some sort of new energy. So they're quite passionate about this right now, which is fantastic. So let's take a look at Jupiter's energy, which is luck, abundance, and spirituality. So we're actually going to go into my Signs from Spirit Love Oracle, but we're also going to go into my angel numbers deck. So Twin Flame angel numbers. So what's going on with your person when it comes to luck, maybe even abundance and spirituality? I feel like your person has definitely undergone some sort of spiritual transformation and awakening. Okay, so these want to come up, so we're going to take them. I was only going to grab one, but hey, we'll take two. 1, 2, 2, 1. Okay, we also have fives. So your person could be seeing a lot of fives. You could be seeing a lot of fives, which will indicate that there is some kind of change happening with your person. And we have 1, 2, 2, 1. What I see is 11, 22 there. So we have two master numbers that could be significant as far as the actual learning, like the actual stage in your person's ascension at this particular time, which is kind of cool. So let's read it. Learn to provide your own happiness rather than relying on other people to fulfill you. When I'm not doing a twin flame reading, I just replace twin flame with, you know, someone else, other people. Your person is learning to go within and to rely on their own happiness, like rely on themselves to provide happiness, not look for it outside of themselves. So that could be a part of their spiritual growth at this time, or their spiritual mindset, that they're learning to go within. They might be disengaging with relationships at this time and going solo, kind of like hermit mode, just being in solo mode. That's for some. Now we have your angels are with you during this period of during this time of change and transition. Oh yeah, your person's going through a major transition, a major shift in their consciousness for sure. So there's a lot of spiritual changes, and master numbers 11s and 22s are coming up. Look it up because it has something to do with the work and their ascension right now, what's happening on a spiritual level with them. It's beautiful. All right, so let's get 3 cards from this deck. We have great satisfaction. I love this. What I'm seeing here for your person is, even though they have or are currently going through a dark time, it's like they're still they're not forgetting to enjoy the greater side, like the finer side of life. They might be indulging here and there. They might not be forgetting to take care of themselves, which is fantastic. They're trying to keep their chin up. They're still trying to enjoy the little things. I'm getting things like taking the time to smell the roses, going out in nature, maybe enjoying a glass of wine or a cocktail. There's just certain things that they're really learning to slow down and enjoy. So this is a part of their spiritual awakening and just a part of this change. Yeah, orange. So this is the sacral chakras energy here. And so this is really about, you know, like how we connect with other people, our emotions, how we connect with relationships. So we have enthusiasm, excitement, and warmth. I feel like your person is going through some sort of heart chakra like awakening, but in order for them to get closer to other people, they have to get close to themselves, and they have to purge old things that no longer serve. So any kind of behaviors, deceptive qualities that have hid who they really were from you or other people in the past, that is all now being transformed and changed, which is fantastic. So I feel like they're just kind of learning to love themselves more. So that way, perhaps maybe later on, they can love another even more. And we've earned, see, I knew it. There's something about they are learning to let things go. It's a purge. You know, even though they're very enthusiastic, they're very excited about this spiritual journey that they're on. They're very excited about this awakening and this reinvention of their lives. It is bringing some darkness. It is bringing those karmic lessons and aspects up, our shadows, our ego, our fear. Things are coming up for them, but it is giving them an opportunity to put certain things to rest, to let old paradigms go, to let old portions of their just personality or way of thinking or belief systems go. So they are going through death. They literally are going through a death. And of course, for some of them, they could be experiencing someone close to them that is transitioning. I just got that as well. And so this is going to have a huge impact on who they are and just their life choices moving forward. It's really going to affect them in a very significant way. And I'm actually getting it's for the positive. So sometimes when we go through major losses, that can be very life-changing. And I do see that for this person. So right now, spiritually, I feel like they're going through major shifts and transformations, and they're very heavily in their sacral chakra, which is the second chakra. And it's really helping them to open their heart space and to heal anything that is holding them back when it comes to intimacy and relationships. Something has to change, and it's time is what Spirit's telling me. And it's time that your person addresses this, because moving forward, they're going to continue to live an inauthentic life if they do not do this work now. And so when it comes to how they felt alive, how they felt connected to someone, that's why they are reflecting right now on you. You see that? They're reflecting on when you two met. They're reflecting on how they felt the vibration, and they're starting to connect the dots and see the blessing of you in their life, a person like you in their life. And they may have done a lot to destroy this and to screw things up. And they might still be in that energy where they're struggling to figure out how they can even transition and change into no longer caring what other people think. But they're still struggling with that. But some old portion of themselves or aspect of themselves is dying off and transitioning. So that is what's happening for them, just in case you were wondering. So seeing these numbers, you guys, when you see them, are your angel's way of also communicating with you that this person is going through these major transformations. So now let's take a look and go into Saturn, which is about karma and burdens, lessons and restrictions. So the perfect deck for this is going to be my Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. We already saw that your person has gone through some sort of regret and or currently going through some sort of regret, going through feeling victimized. So we already saw some dark energies already. So let me just kind of pull them up to see. I mean, we've got mourning. We already know that they're going through some sort of mourning. We have deception, no longer hiding. We have regret, perhaps with past behaviors, feeling victimized, and no means no. But also seeing all of this harsh energy as a blessing in disguise, kind of like they had to lose it all in order to gain appreciation for something. So let's go ahead and take a look at these karma or karmic lessons, these burdens, these lessons and restrictions in their life. Okay. It's interesting because I did feel a very angry energy connected to them. They might just want to burn it all down. That's the Five of Wands, Five of Rage. Somebody in a very rageful state, they're just going to be a pyromaniac and just burn it all down, burn anybody that comes close to them. But I also get this as a resurrecting energy. I need to burn the old self down. It's almost like there's this image of someone being on fire, like the phoenix rising, and they're wanting to birth into a new form of themselves. So that is what I am seeing for your person. I mean, they're going through major transformations, major death and rebirth here, you guys. So they've had to go through some karmic lesson or cycle to get to this point. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is the Two of Decay, wavering back and forth. What do I do with this energy? Do I burn it all down? Do I continue to hide? Do I continue to put my hands up to people and say, no, I'll never open myself up. I'm never going to go down that road again. Or am I going to open up my heart space? Am I going to learn to love myself? Am I going to learn how to heal that part of myself? Your person right now is wavering back and forth when it comes to what to do with these karmic lessons. Definitely see more of a beautiful energy where they're willing to open themselves up to this experience and to go down that reinvention path. But there is that ego part of them that still really struggles with these lessons and may want to just be in that just fuck it all attitude and just say no to everything now moving forward. So there is that real fine line I feel with your person. Yeah, see, Dictator of Rage, which is the King of Wands, violence. This does not mean that your person's violent, okay? Unless you know this aspect about them. I find I'm a very violent person. I mean, I'm not violent when it comes to the people in my environment, but I am violent when it comes to when I feel rage. I throw shit, I break shit, I rage. So that is where I came up with that energy of violence, okay? So this right here, Dictator. This is our inner rage that is driving the ship, that is dictating what we do. So this King of Wands has a lot of Five of Wands energy in them. There's something that's dictating to them. This would be their ego that's saying, just forget about it, burn it all down, hurt anybody that comes towards you. Don't be yourself. Don't open yourself up. Don't live an authentic life. Living an authentic life is very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very vulnerable. If I just shut myself down and I put up this wall and I just basically conform and do what society wants me to do, not necessarily to society. I don't get that with this person. I get more of an energy of family and friends, what their community thinks of them. I feel like the more that they put their hands up and say no to anything positive, anything that's light, and stay in that darkness, I feel like that is something that they waver with back and forth. They're wavering between light and dark, you guys. That's what I'm seeing here. Your person is wavering in between both energies and both realities. There's a part of them that really wants to reinvent themselves and become like that phoenix rising and resurrect into this new beautiful energy. And there's another part of them that just wants to say no to everything and just say, screw it all, the world sucks, burn it down kind of energy. So they're going back and forth. And they might feel like maybe they've done too much. Maybe they've been too much to be forgiven by you or other people. Maybe they don't feel worthy. Maybe there's a part of them that just wants to forget about it all and just move forward and reinvent themselves completely and just let that old part of them die. And we can do that, of course, but the thing is, the decisions that we've made, the karma that we've created, it is going to come back. We are going to have to deal with it one way or another. We can't just forget about it. It's going to come up in the form of maybe another situation or scenario where we're going to be reminded of something so we can balance that out. It's not really about punishment. It's just about balancing out and understanding something about yourself through the eyes of another. That's one of the greatest teachers is karma. That's how I've learned some of my greatest lessons, is by seeing something that I've experienced very unpleasant and realizing, holy crap, I've actually done that to someone else. Wow, that's how I made that person feel. And I have in that moment to either apologize to the person that I've done that to, and even if I've made the decision not to do that, that doesn't mean I'm not sorry, and it doesn't mean I haven't learned the lesson, and it doesn't mean I'm not going to apply it moving forward in a positive way. It just means that that's the decision that I've made. The decision that I've made is that I can either continue to act like an asshole or be unaware or make excuses, or I can do my best to try to rectify that behavior and see why I'm even acting like that in the first place. So I feel like your person is going through this right now, which is why I'm bringing it up. They're going through this. They're going through all this stuff right now. They're thinking about a lot of different things. They're really going deep within themselves, and it's not the greatest energy. It's dark. It's dark and it's a little scary. So that's what's happening, you guys. So they're definitely learning through energy of rage. They're very angry. That's what I'm seeing. Your person's very angry right now. Why are they so angry? I'm getting they're angry with themselves, but they might be raging in their community. They might be raging onto other people. Hell, they might even rage or have raged before on you. But remember, you guys, this is not about you. It's about them. So let them sit in this fire. Let them waver in it. They're either going to decay or they're going to rise above it and go through this rebirthing process. And for a lot of them, I feel like this has already begun. Okay? But just because we've awakened, just because we're feeling really spiritual, doesn't mean that we feel positive every day. That is one of the biggest pitfalls of awakenings. I've awakened. Everything is wonderful. And you know what? You might feel like that high for a minute. You might feel that high for a couple of months. But guess what? Life is life. People are people. We all have ego. We all struggle with it. And so you are going to be tested. These new gifts and these new things that you have acquired are going to now be tested moving forward. You're going to have a chance to exercise your new skills. I swear, I've experienced it myself and I've seen it with other people. So it might be what your person's going through right now. They might have felt really good coming on to this rebirth, right? Had it all figured out under control. But now things are starting to kind of happen. And so they're having to face some of that dark time, dark energy. So let's go ahead and go into the Uranus energy, which is freedom and expansion. What is the freedom energy and the expansion with your person right now when it comes to your connection? This is my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. Okay. I feel like they do want to free themselves from something and they do want to expand, but there's still some sort of a mindset that's keeping them stuck. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles means that they may not be able to let go of worldly possessions. They may not be able to still let go of something earthly. Earthly energy, success, fame, fortune, what other people think looks good. Again, that's coming up again as a theme for this person. They might have a mindset of a certain way that life looks, and it might be very difficult for them to shift that energy and open up their heart to just the experience of love. They may feel like love has to look a certain way, or love has to even act a certain way. And their thing is, it could be that you are a very free and expansive person. And it may be that you're just kind of one of those people that you're totally fine being your true authentic self. And if other people can't handle it, then fuck off. At least that's how I see myself. I'm not going to downplay who I am for anybody. And so it could be that your person has a very difficult time with that kind of energy. And that might be something that really triggered them about you, if that's how you are. We have Peaches that is doing these little figure eights in between the tripod legs of the camera. So yeah, he's messing it up. I apologize. So anyways, that's the deal. They may really love this about you. They may really be inspired by your energy to just be who you truly are, just unapologetically. But that triggers them as well, because that's something about them that they really truly want, or maybe that they see as that's not good because other people are going to see you as this, or other people are going to see you as that. But at the end of the day, they really want this. They really want this energy for themselves. And they like that energy about you, but they also may have shamed you for it as well. So this person is still kind of trying to find themselves. They're still trying to break out of this paradigm. So they're trying to expand right now, but their mindset could be a little scarce still. And they still may be feeling trapped by the material possessions or their ego, their human ego. That's what I'm seeing here. Wow, look at this twin flame connection, lovers energy. You know, for sure, I do feel like your person has felt expanded by knowing you. I am getting that already in this reading because they're starting to see you as a blessing in disguise. It was never about you, okay? You are irreplaceable, okay? You are irreplaceable. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. So your person knows how special you actually are. They know that they have a special connection with you that they have not been able to replace with another person. And they'll continue to take that with them forever. This doesn't mean that they will never be able to be happy in another situation just like you. But this connection is very unique. And so you're not going to be able to duplicate the same exact, energy with another person. You may create different energy, but it will never be the same as this particular connection. And that's with them too. So try as they might to expand and to free themselves from you. I'm getting here that will never be possible. And it doesn't mean they're doomed, but it means that they have to open up themselves. The longer that they try to fight what they feel, the longer that they try to push their authentic self down, the longer that they stay scarce in this mindset, the more that they are actually taking away from the blessings in their life. And you're part of this blessing. And that doesn't mean that until they're with you that they're not going to be happy, or that until they're with you that they're not going to be blessed. But there's some kind of a lesson when it comes to the energy of you. And until they open themselves up to it, until they work something out with themselves when it comes to something that happened between the two of you, whether it's on their own or with you, I feel like they will never truly feel free to be able to expand themselves on a heart level. Interesting energy. Yep, charge ahead. The Chariot. They want to free themselves. I do feel like your person is actually stuck on this connection. Some of you guys are not going to believe that. Some of you guys are going to choose to see that that's bullshit, and that's not the case. And if that were the case, then your person would be doing this and doing that. Forget that kind of mindset. Just because your person isn't making contact with you, just because they haven't either returned to you, just because they might be doing something else, does not mean that they don't feel affected by your connection. So get out of that mindset that this person is just totally fine without you. I'm not necessarily getting that they're suffering every single day and that they can't move on with their life or get out of bed, but they have certainly felt stifled and unable to move forward and charge ahead because of this leftover energy that they still have with you. It's unfinished business. It's karma. There is some kind of, there's a soul connection here. Sorry, Peaches. God dang it, Peaches. Come on. So yeah, that is the energy. They really want to break free from what they energetically feel with you. And the reason why is because they haven't really resolved it. That's why. If they resolved it, they may not feel that way. You might not feel the way that you feel right now if it got resolved. But I'm getting for a lot of you that this is an unresolved connection. And until it gets resolved, you guys may both feel confined to it in a lower vibrational way. And even though there is beautiful energy here, but it also has some darker qualities because of the work that hasn't been done. So I feel like when it comes to freeing yourself and expanding, your person does need to address something with you. And until they do, they're going to still feel the stuck energy between the two of you. And you might feel it too. That's what we have, you guys. All right, so let's go into Neptune, which is fantasy, illusion, deception, and dreams. So we're going to go into my spirits of darkness and light for this. So when it comes to you and this connection, deception, illusion, fantasy, and dreams, let's see what we get. Wow. Oh my God, I'm telling you. Spirit of the Black Rose, there's so much despair here. It's a tragedy what happened between the two of you. Like literally, this is their energy here. We also have the energy of revenge. Your person could deceive themselves into thinking that you hate them. And you may not. Maybe you did at one time, but maybe you have learned to transmute that energy. Maybe they don't know that. Maybe they feel like you are still holding a candle of revenge for them, still wishing death upon them. So I feel like this is a deceptive energy for them. This is an illusion. This is an illusion. But it's also, it's a part of what they dream about. They dream that it's just such a tragedy. It's such a despair. What's happened between the two of you? There's a real regret here. There's a real sadness that your person is connecting to you. Oh my God, look at this, the spirit of communication. Love letter, email, text, and phone call. I feel like they're afraid. They are afraid to reach out to you. And again, this doesn't mean they ever will. They may continuously stay stuck in this energy. They may continuously stay stuck in this energy of despair and feel victimized or feel like they victimized you too much and that you will take revenge upon them. And they may never reach out. But this is their energy, and this is the things that delude them. This is the things that keep them hidden. It keeps them in fear. And we have spirit of the water, cleansing, healing, and emotion. So I feel like right now, they literally are in the waters, cleansing and healing and purging their negative emotions and their energy. But see, look at the key word, emotions, you guys. That is the key. That is the key to their healing, is some kind of emotional situation with you. That's what connects the two of you. That's what connects them to you, and that's what connects you to them. So it's a tragedy what's happened here. It's a real bummer what's happened here. But I am seeing that it is perhaps necessary for you guys to go through this in order to get on the other end of this healing that needs to take place. So it's supposed to be tragic. It's supposed to be sad. It's what you guys signed up for, okay? So try not to delude yourself that this person doesn't give two shits about you. Try not to get caught up in this energy that just because they're not communicating with you, or maybe the things that they are communicating, let's just say on social media, or maybe just you reach out, they don't say anything, or let's just say it's like a one-word response. We can get very caught up with what people are saying or not saying, or especially on social media. Just stay off. That's my advice. Just stay off. Because all it's going to do is negatively trigger you, right? Maybe not for everybody, but for most. But this is the deal. This is their energy of Neptune. They're very confused. They're not able to see through their fears at this time when it comes to being able to make communication with you. They still have a lot to heal. They still have a lot to cleanse and purge when it comes to their emotions. So the fact that they're not sure if they're cut out for this, which is one of the very first things that your person said, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. This is a lot of heavy duty work. This is a lot of heavy energy. It's also very beautiful, but it's very tragic at the same time. It's a real tragedy here, you guys. Very sad. And I don't mean to say that to bum you guys out, but your person's really feeling that. They're really feeling this energy. So let's end this reading with Pluto's energy, transformation, rebirth, and death of the ego. So we're going to go into my sister's oracle, which is the Divine Connections oracle, and we're going to combine it with my twin flame journey shadows. Okay, so we have allies, EMT. And we have warning. Okay, so the energies here of allies. I mean, allies are obviously people that are helping us, that are warning us. So I do feel that spirit is literally really assisting your person right now when it comes to, you can either go down that path, but when you go down that path, you could literally end up on the stretcher. It's not going to work out for you. So I do feel like there's certain allies, spiritual allies, that are in your person's life in order to help them to heal and in order to help to keep their heart center open rather than going to that energy of the dark side and burning anything out or burning everything up and basically saying no to everything. I feel like they're teeter-tottering on this energy, and spirit's trying to keep them in alignment with that. Okay? Let us take care of you. Succumb to the healing waters where you can purge and you can heal. I love that. And we have Cupid, love. So Cupid is with your person right now, this influence, really helping them to transform how they feel, how they look at love, how they react to love. So whatever happened between you and your person, I feel like they were not in a state where they could properly love you, but it was because they did not properly love themselves. And because of this, they've gone into other situations or had other experiences that really reiterated that to where they couldn't take it anymore, to where they had no choice but to change. We have vengeful. You know what, you guys? Woo-hoo. All right. This could be you and or another person. So this is about, let's transform this energy. This person may have hurt you and other people too many freaking times. I'm just going to say it. They may have just taken things a little too far. They may have pushed people to just the edge. So they realize this effect that they're having on people. And that's just not an energy that they want to be in anymore. It's very hurtful to other people, but it's also hurting them too. So I do feel like they want to release this energy. They really don't want to hurt people anymore. And they know that their pyromaniac kind of energy of burning everything and burning people before they can get burned, it's not working out. It's not helping them. It's not making them feel good. So when it comes to shooting new arrows of love, look at that. It's actually shooting in another direction. It's not shooting towards the vengeful person. You know, what is that saying here? Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. That's what I'm getting here. Either they've scorned somebody or they've scorned you or both. And it's like the aftermath is just something that has really significantly transformed their lives. They really don't want that kind of energy anymore. They don't want to feel that energy. And it could also be that they really hurt you and you really came at them with this vengeful energy. And this has helped them to also rebirth and transform their energy because they're seeing you in a way to where you didn't maybe deserve that. And so that also helps them to transform and not want to take that same, I guess, those same behaviors with them down the line. All right, you guys, last message. So rebirthing, messing with people that can cut your ass. I like that. Kind of like, that might not be the road you want to go down anymore. No. Doesn't ever work out. And we have telepathy. All right, let's see what this is about. Unavailable. Okay, so what I'm seeing with this here, because your person has a real tendency to want to check out, want to put their guard up. They don't want to get hurt. They may hurt others before they can get hurt, sort of thing. They might play this unavailable card, kind of like, I'm just unavailable. I can't change. I'm a lone wolf. You know, I'm single for life, kind of crap. So I feel like this is something that's being transformed right now. Telepathy for me, what I'm getting from this is that they are experiencing some sort of higher self connection with themselves. Could be through meditation, could just be through their spiritual awareness, their spiritual journey right now. But this is something that's transforming. This checked out, unavailable, just kind of cop out crap. It's like their higher self won't allow them to do that anymore. It's like they're being, in a way, forced to change. They're forced to change by these circumstances, by karma, by things that have fallen apart. So circumstances push this person to have to make these changes. Because if they don't, they're just going to continue to have all these issues. They're going to continue to just keep burning people and getting burned back. Karma is a bitch. And I'm just seeing that your person has gotten a dose, big time. And that's just not what they really are interested in. It doesn't feel that great. And so that might be another reason why they're thinking about you and they're thinking about things that have occurred or things that they did, etc. So their higher self is connecting with them, communicating with them, and telling them that this is no longer going to apply. Peaches agrees, you guys. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed that reading. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.